Hello, beautiful soul family. Welcome to this reading for you. This is meant to find you when you've clicked on this video. This is a collective reading. We are in the energy of the new moon in Scorpio, going into Sagittarius season next. So this is for whenever you clicked on it, but I will be recording this in the middle of November. So this will be the energy carried out through December. Or just trust whenever you have clicked on this video, all right? This is all about deep dives of Scorpio. Something new is approaching. Something new is coming in. It's like a transformation energy. Let's see, fire, transformation, right? Fire is all about creation. And we have number 19. All right, and number 19 is, I believe, the sun in tarot. I may be wrong about the sun being number 19. But number 19, all right, so I feel like this is, I'm going to use this as the sun because the fire, and I feel like this is like those solar flares that have been shooting up. There's been a lot of energy storms. There's been a lot of solar storms, and I feel like with this number 19, which is 1 + 9 is 10, there is something that is really forging from this fire. It's like you're forging something. You are either like welding something together. Something is turning to ash so that it can nourish what is next to come. So it's almost like using the leftover energy, like the ash or what has been left behind is actually going to be used as a new energy, new earth, new creation. Like after a forest fire, what is left? Something burns away. Something burns away, and the smoke almost it buries our vision. The smoke it fogs the view. It becomes a cloud of smoke and cloud of deception. And I feel like that is what's burning away, is that cloud of deception. It's burning in its own lies, its own reckoning. All right, so fire is creation. It can be destructive, the destroyer, but it also can be this new preservation, this new elevation, this new land that is going to be fortified and enriched to grow. From the ash, it grows stronger. All right, so something is going to be stronger, elevating, like you're forging something. You're forging your path through the fire. On top, we have smoky mirror, the smoky mirror. So the smoke is reflecting, is very reflecting. You're not able to see clearly, right? The mirror is a reflection. And when it's smoky, it can be a bit deceptive, right? And so it's like needing the purification that's coming after, purifying the earth, purifying yourself. It's like this, it's a new beginning from an old, broken down, something that had to be broken down, something that had to be burned away. And when you burn something, it kind of puts it at rest, puts it at peace, right? And I feel like the smoky mirror, as the smoke is settling, what you're going to be seeing, may you only be seeing the smoke in the mirror. And the mirror represents the external, the outside, and it's not necessarily exactly a clear picture. It's a reflection. 47. So we have 19 and 47. The blade, 6. All right, so yeah, I feel like something forging again with this blade, cutting, right? You forge to make a strong blade, a strong sword. It must be forged in the fire, and it takes time to come back from this energy, but it's a transformation. It's transformative. It's rising through the ash. There's something being mirrored to you. There's something that is, the mirror image is burning away. So the image from before, the image that you were seeing, the image of the world is burning away. And I feel like it was the representation of not, because it was almost like the mirror doesn't represent reality. It represents a perception. Something that you, and it could be distorted. It could be not seeing every angle. It's only seeing something for what it was. And I feel like that's that forging the new. All right. So the fire is reflective of your own transformation. The external world is burning away, and your internal fire is burning with a sense of adventure, and I feel like this is only in the mirror. I feel like what's burning away. So the old dialogue, the old narrative, the old vision that was projected onto the world, I feel like that is what's burning away. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pull some cards for this energy, see what's going on. And I really feel like this is like that balancing of the harmony. So you see a flip side of everything, right? So the fire must feel like it's destroying, transforming, but it's creating something new. It's welding something together. It's building. It's actually not destroying, but it's actually melting away the impurities. All right. I feel like there's been a lot of smoke and fire. Like there's a lot of you know, when someone's putting smoke under you, or it's not authentic. Mirror is also something showing you something. The mirror could be showing something about yourself that you needed to transform. If everything around you feels like it's burning down, there might be something, a message, a lesson in that to forge your way. All right, look at this. All right, so we have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, it's that recognition that it's not about where you've been. It's not about the detachment. And after the fire, it's, you know, you're going to see the forest is bare. You know, it looks like you're coming out of a time that it didn't feel like you had a lot of choices. It didn't feel like the energy around you was cooperating with you. It felt very destructive. It felt very and it limited. So I feel like that was part of it. It was for you to blossom even within the situation, the experience, whatever you had to go through. And I feel like everybody's been detaching from things, and I feel like it was the effect, like the butterfly effect, right? The cause and effect that you needed to break out of that space that felt like it was closing in on you. And I feel like that's where the fire came in. And it's like the smoke, almost like you're smoking someone out of a room, right? It causes you to have to have to evacuate, have to leave, and have to, like they're almost like you had no other option. The universe put something in your path to make you feel like it was impossible to stay where you were. And that way you were forced into a transformation. Of course, the only way only way to go was up. Number 6. 6 represents, it's the Lover's card, so it's choices, it's seeing things from a different point of view, elevating yourself. If down in the sticks, it really felt like you had nowhere to go, you were stuck, felt like everything was falling in on you. Everything was caving in. The trees were needing to escape. And that escape energy, like there was that need to escape and feeling of hopelessness within this, right? There is no growth within all these sticks. They were broken, and so I feel like it was that push, that nudge, that cataclysm, that moment that realized that the external world cannot be controlled, but it can be viewed from a different way, and seeing these impossible experiences and this possible place, finding the possible in it, finding the possible in the impossible, taking what you have and transmuting it. You're transforming, and here you come up as a butterfly. Now you realize that you had these wings and you were able to push yourself to this point. So I feel like this was that push to force you out of the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords. So this is all about being in your mind. Seven of Swords is that deception. You are what you are not seeing everything. This is almost like your mind has kind of taken over and you're not seeing it properly. This fox here sees only one eye open and feels very like the world is against you. But it's the deception of yourself, like deceiving your own mind is deceiving you. And it's not holding all the truths. So it's like almost like it's tangled up and your thoughts kind of got carried away thinking that you needed to escape. But that was a universal plan so that your mind was kept in a place of movement, not being calm, it's like restless. Your mind is restless and it's only seeing something, only seeing half of the picture. So if your mind is stuck in the place of destruction and not creation, that is that flip side, that number 6, the choice. You need to take the situation, not place too much logic, not too much time trying to figure things out, because the swords represent truth and they can cut deep. And when the world can feel like it is falling apart, it can tend to feel like it's an external thing, an internal thing. That's that smoky mirror. It's smoking you out, like it's almost like a smoking mirror. It feels like it's trying to get you, it was to get you to move out of the space that you were. And it's all about the action. It's not about the truth in the matter and getting in a headspace where you're overthinking all tangled up. instead of being focused on the process and where you're meant to go, where this is showing you need to go. Because the fire, it's a place where the universe is not doing it to you. It's not trying to make life hard for you. It's trying to get you out of where you are. It's almost like smoke you out of where you are. So you had to figure out a solution. And that solution was to look at it as a success. Look at where there is room to grow and not close a blind eye, not stay stuck in fear, and not to just hide into the smoke, hide away. This was a place of action, a place of lighting the fire under you. All right, pull some more cards. All right, so if your mind is restless, it's being stuck in your head, it was to elevate, it was to not clog your perception, not to sit there and think too much about what is going on, because this is a collective. There was a need for change. There was a need for the old to get burned down so that you could shapeshift, so you could find the success even in the broken world, that you are that beautiful butterfly. You are that transformation. You are that awakening. Breaking out of those cycles, leaving behind that world of destruction and bringing forth a new world. So I feel like from the old, from the dead, from the forest, it wasn't to stay stuck. It wasn't to look in the mirror and punish yourself and wonder. This was all about your transformation needed to be seen. The world needs more people like you that have a kind heart, it's almost like holding on to truth, holding on to that one truth, one narrative, when there's multiple narratives, multiple layers. This is like multi-layered energy. And I feel like this is able to move timelines, maybe jumping timelines out of what was like a dead end. What would look like a dead end was actually wanting you to rise above the smoke and find the peace, the harmony, find the lesson in the journey. The Five of Cups, holding on to the regret, looking at the past. This could be something that had happened, looking in the mirror and staying so focused on what was going on or what happened to get you to the situation, and not focusing on who you are and remembering what you're capable of. Son of Swords. All right, so that's fast acting. This could be you acting before you have all of the details come rushing in, almost like coming back into the forest, burning down forest, where I feel like this mirror image is like a different world, right? And it's like entering that world is very destructive. And when you come back to that place of harmony and peace and tranquility, it's almost like it's wanting you to slow down and not deceive yourself, letting your mind deceive yourself, And I feel like that's that lack energy of the Five of Cups. That's Scorpio energy. Convincing yourself that this is all there is. There's so much destruction. There's been so much breakdowns and so many endings. But all of this was to break the curse, break the hypnotic state that people have been in, that smoky energy, that not seeing what's right in front of you, not seeing all of the picture. Father of Swords. Yeah, Father of Swords is very intelligent, very logical, cutthroat. So I feel like there's been information, there's something that has been brought to the way you think, the way you process information, the way, so it's like almost like you see everything. The owl is very, you cannot fool the owl. It's the master of the mind. So there's been a lot of truths that have come into your life. And I feel like holding these truths, it can almost feel like you want to reject the truths, but I feel like the owl is all about wisdom and knowledge. So it's like, this is here to break all the lies. Holding your sword close to you. And we have the Four of Swords. There's lots of swords. This is a time, okay, so I feel like the energy wants you to re-examine during these retrogrades that we just had. We had 6 retrogrades. There has been a lot of look backs. There's been a lot of rewinds and refocusing on not what's going on around you, but it's almost to stop and observe. You have so much clarity right now. Father, I mean, this is the King of Swords, so he doesn't play around, and you can't fool him. You can't trick him into anything. He sees all and knows all. Works with logic over heart. And I feel like the way of thinking with the Seven of Swords and the Son of Swords, which is Knight of Swords, could be hasteful energy rushing in. And you see the owls rushing. Oh yeah, the owl. It's rushing in with his wings all ready to take flight and to charge. But the sword's pointing downward. So I feel like this is like using... The truth is not meant to... The truth wasn't meant to react. The truth is meant to set you free. What you do with that information. It's not about being reactive, all right? Not about reacting on the mindset of wishing things were different. Not seeing the bigger, what is coming in, only seeing the storm, only seeing what has not worked out, and disregarding the knowledge and the wisdom and the purpose. Once you see everything and you understand, have a deeper connection with what the universe is putting in place for you, I feel like it's to soften you, not want to take charge and fight or flight, not to use, it's almost like being a quick talker, you know, like, and wanting to react. but being wise, the wise owl, doesn't react, observes, like a chess player, strategic. So this is much, it's almost like moving from maybe being a little bit reactive to seeing something and then reacting on it, not having all the information, but reacting out of a place of hopelessness and grief. So if you're not in a place of where you're thinking clearly, I feel like this could clog your mind, clog your judgment. The number 5, it's almost like looking down at the forest, even though you're not in it anymore, you're not tangled in the forest, but still looking at it as it's a problem or it's an issue. And that's where the fire, it's already smoke. It's already been burnt away. It's already forging new. And I feel like with the 5 of Cups and the smoky mirror, it's looking back and reflecting on things that kept you stuck. So this is taking the truth and examining it, what you do with the information. All right, so whatever feels unsettling, whatever feels like there has been a shift in who you trust, maybe feeling like the world is deceptive, the world is not what it is, everything is, in this energy, everything is fire, the world is collapsing, the world is doomed. That's that mirror image, that's that reflective energy of that inner world feeling like you're trapped when you're not trapped. You're trapped only in your mind. This is being trapped in your mind. The sword. I feel like the truth will set you free. But if the truth causes you to sabotage yourself, sabotage your mind, and take it into a place of deep pain, I feel like this is what the regret is needing to let go. Because what's already happened, it didn't happen to cause you to think the world is caving in on you. The world is, and you want to hide away. This is the time for the biggest breakthroughs. So regret just holds you in the past. It doesn't do anything. It holds back what is coming in, because what's coming in is a place of calm and rest. To not look at the reflection and not look at the smoke that other people cause. But this is coming back to a softer place of going within, putting the rest of the world away. If the exterior world is uncontrollable, you can always control your inner world, all right? So this is guiding you to take a time to process, take time to strategize, take time to take this truth and not let it break you, but let it build you, all right? This nice sharp's truth can be hard to move past. And we have the Father of Wands, but yeah, so what it's about, it's like it's destabilizing you so that you can forge your own way forward. And that's that leader energy. The King of Wands is all about, the leader, being courageous, being able to come back stronger. Fire, again, fire, Father of Wands, fire. Not getting lost in the fire. But seeing with the fire, using what the fire creates. It's like working with the energy. The snake, shedding of the skins. So this is spiritual, I feel like. Spiritual growth, purpose, like moving forward past, no matter how the external world looks. It's the way you rebuild yourself, the way you push past these tough times. And we have, yeah, with this rest and nest, I have this as very taking charge of yourself, taking care of you, and standing up. Standing up. Even if it's moving away from those who reflected the darkness. It's like the wise leader. So truth is your superpower. Forging a new path is not easy, but as a spiritual warrior, strength and courage is your fuel. It's your ammunition to it's like you have the truth, you have the knowledge, and now you have that movement, the fire, something that is energizing you to stand tall. Yeah, because, okay, even in like the fire, you'll see like snakes and animals, like they will feel like they will outlast. And I mean the skin, the old skin that you shed was a part of this burning away of the old. It's like your will to fight. Will to fight for willing to fight. Even through the storms, even through what has caused you to have to forge a new path. It's like looking through the looking glass, not looking in the mirror. The mirror can be deceptive. This is a deep cleanse. You see the fire, and then there's the sun. And the sun gives energy, it gives joy. It can be hot, and it can destroy. With too much sun. But the balance, the peace, the energy it also brings, the source, coming back to source, not needing to look in a reflection. The waves of reflection, they almost come in to show you something, and it's like that's where the wisdom and the knowledge comes from, are these waves of reflection of what is needed, what is being amplified right now. Like one way is this fire, and the other way is this almost peaceful, patient energy, right? It's like, it's coming back to self. It's not the fire, it's you are the source of energy. You're that higher, that place. So it's like getting out of a world that is chaotic. and not taking it as a battle scene, not trying to come and fight in the fire, but it's trying to push the smoke, push you out of something. So whatever's happened in the past that's keeping your mind stuck in a place of, like, it's almost like a mind block, not seeing everything. I feel like it's so that you don't react. So you don't react, you don't keep putting yourself back into the fire. It's to see the world as it is so that it can be changed, you know? And it's like, and then it's almost like coming back to closing yourself off from the external world and taking that as clarity. And I feel like it's going to bring you back to a youthful place. It's going to bring you back to a place of innocence and not thinking that everything's falling apart and you have to rush in. It's like, this is all about your journey. It's all about your inner journey. And if the way you feel on the inside does not reflect the outside, it's the way your inner world should not be affected by what is happening outside of you and that you cannot control. Take that as information to make wise moves, not keep putting yourself in the fire. And again, with this blade, it's like, right? They make blades with fire, do they not? It's like you sharpened your blade. With this fire, you have created a blade that is unbreakable. So that's what's come out of this. Using the energy to your benefit. Being smart. Not being reactive. But be the observer. Not taking it personal. Taking it as points of clarity. So that you can move. You can move differently. The world's shutting down. The world is not meant for you to shut down. It's meant for you to change and create awareness, create that you have wings to fly, not to put yourself back in the fire, to keep getting burned, but to forge a new way. It's like you can building something new. You're letting the dust settle. All right. Yeah. So this is all about your spiritual. I feel like you're being spiritually tested. Could be more passionate about certain things. Almost like an activist. Just wanting things that maybe you didn't look at before. You know, being more involved in the narrative of the world. Almost like wanting to break free of the destruction and not keep putting yourself in it. You're not meant to just stay in the world's narrative. You're not meant to make your own. It's almost like you're meant to grow past it. Shed the old narrative so that you can make a new one instead of battling it out, right? Playing with fire. You just keep getting burnt. Suffering in silence, yeah. All right, so I feel like that fire, watching the world almost like an unknown place, right? Feels very destructive, but this place is also a quiet reminder that when we suffer, it's to feel that emotion. Suffering is a part of the journey. It teaches you something, right? It's like the universe is the teacher and we're the students learning. And with standing up on top of all these steps that you've had to go through, and you have your stick still here, and it's almost like you came on top of the mountain and you see how far you still have to go. But in the silence comes truth. And I feel like in that silence, sometimes in the silence, it's instead of reacting, it's almost like not to be quick to judge, not to be quick to act. And it's like you're able to process and really filter out all of the unnecessary and see things differently. And again, the suffering silence is just like it's meant to let go of, let what has happened in the past be burnt away so that you can create a new day. Not to keep rushing back into the fire of the past when it's already destructive. It was meant, now we're moving forward, right? So instead of keep going back to the past and keep poking holes and keep always wanting to know, well, why? It's almost like just sitting with yourself and to have that clarity. It's just that sometimes things in the world we cannot control. But in the silence time, it's like that pursuit of happiness, that pursuit of path, the pursuit of the journey. You're already in the journey and you underestimate yourself. Maybe feeling hopeless that there's no clear sign, there's no clear path right ahead of you. But it's like you're about to take a step into a place that feels uncomfortable because it's new. It's a feeling of fear of what is to come, heartache and loss. All right, yeah. So it's a fear of more suffering. I feel like you're already suffering, and I feel like you have the fear of more suffering. But that it's in your mind. The fear is keeping you stuck in this place of suffering. So the silence, suffering the loss of an old world, suffering the loss of what was, and now on the horizon, seeing how far you still have to go. Looking at the losses, looking at the pain that you've been through. But number 3, it's a cycle. So this is all about climbing the mountains. And when you get to the top of the mountain, maybe not knowing where to go next, but there's something that you've been shown. You observed something. You're observed something through the suffering. You've observed something through the silence. And in silence, I feel like the loss of, because sometimes it can even feel odd, the loss of the suffering, right? And then there's just silence after. And your heart is open. It's open to a rebirth. It's open to growth. And when you're resting with this 4 of Swords, it's like you're taking this rest, but you're not in the place of fire anymore, no longer in that space. But I still feel like you're still absorbed in that energy of what to do, where am I going? And it's mourning the past, not realizing that you're creating something new. And I feel like you're working with the logic of your mind more than your heart, because your heart is in a place of loss. You suffer the loss. The loss is what actually is what opens your heart to something but you don't know what it is. So I feel like that's that feeling of forging something new. Forging something new. It's reminding me of the Two of Wands. And when we have spiritual union on the bottom too, yeah, so it's connecting, coming back, the choice that it's your choice. Life is all about choices, and you have the choice. It's equal-ended, right? The loss, the heartache, but also the rewards and the success. So to be able to recognize who you are and elevate to this beautiful butterfly, there was a transformation state that you felt that's in the cocoon, right? Where it's like you're mourning, you're in that closing up cycles of what had to burn away. So I feel like this is all about connections, all about something was needing to be balanced. This is a union of I feel like growth, coming to terms with the world and how it is, but then also it's almost like awakens how beautiful the person that you are, and the person, that's why the world feels so dense, is because you have that empathetic soul, that beauty that sometimes you gets lost in the external world. You forget how beautiful and how hard and how far you have come, right? Yeah, so the sun is representative of the other side, right? On this, we have here all the stairs you climbed at the top of the mountain. You feel like it's been a hard journey, and looking between the two mountains over here, not on top of the mountain, thinking that the peaks of the mountains were where the lessons are, right? I have to get to the top of the mountain. And now here, seeing that the viewpoint is a little bit different now. It's not about the highest point. It's at the highest point, you're looking down and you're seeing everything for what it is. And it wasn't about getting to the top of the mountain. It was about seeing life as a place of unlimited potential, of your journey has just started. The wounded is like the warrior. Just when you feel like that you are at a point where you are tired, confused, and don't know where to move next, like you feel like you're trapped, you see the world completely different, above all the smoke, and not seeing life through a mirror, seeing it as a vision. And it's like your vision is breaking through all of the smoke. This is to connect you with your higher self, connect you with who you truly are, that you are strong, you are this warrior, and it's a detachment from the loss, detachment from all of life's pains, all of life's recklessness. And I feel like you are seeing yourself as seeing life as there is a bigger reason. Like getting out of your head, getting out of your perception, getting out of just the reflection or the thoughts of what you thought was happening, not to keep you trapped. It was to remove you from what needed to be shown to you. I feel like you were in that cocoon for so long. That's where this fire, it felt like your passion, your desire, and your creativity was being held, and you had nowhere to go. And I feel like that was that sense of your heart speaking to you. And now your mind is calling you to focus on what you've been shown, and it's proof that you are the journey, you are the transformation. You are not just a reflection, and you're not part of what has been destroying, what has been fueling the destruction, but you are the fuel to what brings the sun, to what, it's like seeing the sunset for the first time, right? Being mesmerized by the beauty, forgetting about the destruction, leaving that behind, and what something so beautiful can come from something. It's almost like being alienated from all of the chaos in the world, where you just want to kind of hide away, right? Hide away. Hide away in a place of sadness, wishing things were different. And all those ideas were keeping you stuck in the battlefield, wanting to fight, always wanting to fight. And I feel like that's that cocoon energy, needing to back to yourself, really close off from the outside world. And then here you are, coming out of the cocoon. And it's like your eyes are seeing the world for the first time differently, beyond the lower realms. This is a deeper connection, a deeper understanding of who you are and what you're meant to create. Forging a new path. All right. Pull a Moonology card to see what's coming up. The moon, what's going to be the energy coming in for the collective. It's bringing back harmony with this. Keep seeing it, harmony. Come back to self. A time for healing. Yeah, a time for healing. Time for healing. In time, all wounds heal. So it's not time, I feel like if you don't have all of, I feel like this is like a reactive energy to the world being chaotic. But that's like fighting fire with fire. Don't fuel the fire to keep burning. But let it burn out. Let the smoke fade away. And see past the destruction and look at it as an opportunity to grow something stronger. Because we heal, when you heal more than just yourself. The world can be a dark and it can be a fiery place, but it also shows you what you do not represent and what you do not want to be stuck in. Then don't put yourself back in the fire. like moving away from the chaos, the battle, finding peace in the process. Heal what we can't change, and change what we want to be healed. So it's like looking at things from a softer point of view, almost like an innocence. Looking with things with a clear mind. When you step back, being too close into the fire, you know, you get burned. But away, the sun, a big ball of fire, it's when you see it far away, you're looking at the sun. It's beautiful. It's energy. It's heat. It's what stimulates us. It's what brightens our day. But you get too close to the fire and you keep putting yourself into it. Or it's like it's the way you look at life. I feel like it's looking between the lines, looking at something and observing. And it's kind of like that, oh, okay, the sun, the source, the light is within you. So take this journey, take all of the steps that you've had to climb and make peace with it. It's the gift. To recognize that you are the key. You are the key. You are the light and the dark. New Moon in Gemini, like the logic, the creator, the magician. Taking a time out and looking at the world all around you from all different perspectives and changing what you can, but not rushing into the past, rushing into and trying to change things that the universe wanted you to take it as a sign of moving into a different direction. Life may feel like a struggle, but the struggle is what makes it success. The struggle and how you it's not about the struggle, it's about what you have become through the struggle. What kind of person has it made you? So to heal, we all heal. It all takes time. So in a place of understanding emotional growth, emotional intelligence, and that there's no ending without a beginning, all right? Work through your fears. The cause is the Scorpio new moon. The cause was shedding of the skin, the change, the transformation, the death, the rebirth, the chaos, the storm. It was to work through your fears, your fear of everything crumbling, everything breaking, and there's no control. It's almost like the fear of everything being out of your hands, out of your control, where whatever's out of your control and you cannot fix, you change, you see it, you observe it, and take that information and then you can use that information on how to move, and it really does change how you see the world, how you see the struggle as strength, and the heartache and loss as a chance to let go. Learn what you needed to. Take that with you. And in the new cycle, it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. When there's a loss, there's always a feeling of being broken and like it's never going to go away. But that's just part of life. Is just showing you you're needing to move forward. And that space that you're in, you cannot grow anymore. And that's where this clarity and this King of Swords comes in. Just battling with yourself is keeping you stuck. So it's being smarter with how you look at challenges. This is a lot of, it's fire, a lot of swords, and a lot of swords and wands. So this is spiritual, very spiritual, but it's also very awakening clarity, seeing things clearly, seeing things through a lens that isn't fogged, a lens that isn't only showing you a specific message, a specific, this is what's happening, where it's like, you're never stuck. You're only stuck in your head. But you're being shown through loss and through letdowns that you are the bigger picture. You are in control. You are breaking out of the cycles and forging your way into the realms of love and breaking those curses, breaking those cycles, bringing light, seeing the light. And I feel like you're at the top of the mountain, seeing how far you come. Maybe not seeing how far you've come, but so focused on how much more you have to go that you're not enjoying your prosperity. New Moon and Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, I feel like that's that Empress. That's the Empress, the cycles of growth. So what you have, what you feel, it's emotional growth. The emotions need to flow. Let them flow, let them, it's okay to feel a certain way. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be let down, but it gets to a point where you have to see the sun again. See the sun again. You need to see the light at the end of the tunnel and not stay trapped in a place that is keeping you small, where you're that butterfly breaking out of the cocoon. You're only meant to stay that place for so long. And that's why all these letdowns that everyone's been going through, all these endings and everything, is because you grew out of where you were. And it's a time to move into a bigger story for you. It's a story is of you. It's like you are. There is no story without you. So forge through. Don't let anyone determine your path. Stand tall in truth. Forge through. You can forge through anything that you need to. You're stronger than you think. All right. Let's see, one final card. What's going to be coming in for the collective? What's coming in for the collective? What is coming forward? Any final messages? Any final messages for the collective? Ooh, I'm going to say, ooh, Pasha Mama. Look at this consciousness. You are the creator. You are, your mind is literally the it's like you are, the universe is within you. You have the potential to change the outcome, the forecast. This is a conscious shift, the planetary shift. Number 4. It's a planned shift. And I feel like this is to restructure, reorder, and to break out of the box. The vision quest, number 6 again, 60 and 40, which 10 together. Yeah, so it's like you are the divine creator. The vision is the quest. So it's like seeing the vision, seeing the light. It's not about all of the trials and all of the steps and all of the breakdowns. It's about where you have, who you have become through this journey. It's like you're a completely different person. And this journey is all about rewriting the vision, rewriting choosing you. It's like the suffering of the world was so that you could understand there was only loss in the fabricated world. You have the vision. So it's almost like the universe wanted to make things so hard and so tough where it was almost unbearable. So you had to untangle. So the quest for a deeper life experience. And I feel like you're suddenly realizing everything in life was part of the experience to bring you to the point to see what was right in front of you, not the mountains, but what was in between the mountains. Everything in between. Everything you learned in between along the journey. The holy mountain, look at that. It wasn't about climbing the mountain, it was about seeing a viewpoint. Seeing a view that points you to all the possibilities. It's elevating your perspective. It's like your quest is just now beginning. And you have a vision. You suddenly feel clearer, feel lighter, feel less disappointed. So this adventure I feel like is discovering all the tests that you've had to go through and overcoming everything. And I look at this as the past wasn't to make you or break you. And everything that you've had to go through, it's not meant to stay with you. It's already burned up at fire, creating something new. You are creating that new from that fire. Because there was no nourishment. You know, like there's no leaves. It's all dry branches, broken. There's nothing else to build with that. And I feel like you are the source of growth. Planting seeds that are going to form a new garden. That's more sustainable. Starting from the ground up. Now at the top of the mountain, you realize it's not about how high you can get. It's about what you are able to see all around you. Is it understanding of the world, understanding of being entangled in all those situations is different when you're on top of the mountain seeing it. Like, it wasn't about the lessons. It was about all that you've learned along the way. It's like the student becoming the teacher. The fire is forging your way. Now you are it's like now you're the teacher. Almost like that. All is, it's like you are all and all is you. So reject none. Accept all and reject none. Because those losses will bring you gains. Where you had to go, the journey you've had to go through, the struggles, it's brought out a different part of you that you would never have really understood before. You would have stayed in that sense of, why me? Why is this happening? And regret, sorrow, pain of the loss, only just looking in the mirror of a picture of what has dissolved, destroyed. And but it's now you realize how strong you are and what you've been through was to show you what you were living in was destroying the world around you, or the world around you is being destroyed, but you don't need to stay in that place, that you are safe, that the hope is within you. All right? You may not know all the answers right now, but you have a perspective, you have a clear view, you have a clear mind, and I feel like this is opening up doors to really set you free, set your mind free, so that you have so many more dreams, so much more possibilities, and I feel like you're not stuck in the lag. Now I feel like you are opening up your mindset to this energy of you can accomplish anything. Nothing can really get you down. You've conquered so much. It's almost like a breath of fresh air. You just made you stronger. And your will is, you're a fighter, but a fighter for peace, a fighter for justice, and a spiritual warrior present, a gift here on earth, and not a lost soul. But you're lost in the matrix. No longer lost in the matrix. It's like you have this whole world exploration of uncharted territory, and it may feel a bit unsettling where you are, like you don't feel prepared, but in the silence you're going to grow your own. And I feel like it's just kind of like it's just starting. The wind is blowing so enjoy this moment of peace, of tranquility, and let go of feelings that have felt like it has destroyed. You thought it had destroyed you, but it really just showed you how strong you are. All right? So without the past, you would not have known your true purpose in this world, that you are the light. Look at that. You are the light. Number 19, right? Number 1919, fire, fire. You are the light. You are that energy. You are meant to bring peace and happiness and joy, and that you are the light that shines, not the fire. And the world can be chaotic, but that's the fire that's destructive in the world, the external world, is nothing like the light within you. The source of light within you is much more powerful. So I feel like this is you getting back to a place of hermit energy, maybe needing to go within and say, maybe life is only as great as we allow ourselves to think. You know, it's just the 19 and the 9s and 19 here, it's just one short from being 20 or being 10. So I feel like this is that moment of release that maybe life can be challenging, but getting wrapped up in those challenges, getting wrapped up in things that we can't control, I feel like is that part that we allow ourselves to suffer in the fear. So gaining control of who you are and how strong you are, I feel like brings out this sense of energy, of power, of youthful, almost like you're being recharged. Allow yourself to be you're being recharged in this place of almost like awareness, self-awareness. Like maybe I didn't see things for what they were. Maybe I kept myself in these situations and instead of moving away. And we do get wrapped up in our head. But as a human, we tend to stay in situations that are comfortable, or, you know, and sometimes in time, the universe will create certain cataclysmic storms so that we have no choice. All right? And then it's like that, and then it's like that growth brings back the joy of who you are, and you remember. And then it's like you just start feeling better. You're recharging, because the journey you're about to start is a place of, look at that, new beginnings, place of new beginnings, exactly. You don't necessarily know where you're going, but you have the world at your hands. You have, it's like you can go anywhere. You're free. You're free to walk the path that no one has walked before. A new beginning, taking a chance, understanding that life is not limited to what we see or what we're shown. Like you are the one that decides. Are you going to forge a new path? Or are you going to stay in the place of shadows? Stay in the place of, stay in a place that is burning, wanting you to stay in that place of burning. Don't accept that. You are a being that is here to change how we view ourselves, and remember who you are. Remember your strengths. Remember that you're that butterfly. And it's like we didn't know we were in the cocoon because we were told we were in a different place. When you really see that, no, all that time I was growing. I was actually transforming myself, transforming yourself. Just need to remember that you know how to fly. Remember that you know you're never stuck. You're never alone. You're just in a place of the unknown. So don't react and don't stay in fear. Because just know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not far, it's near. All right? Till next time, bye.